The New Orleans Pelicans' 2017-2018 season is on the brink of extinction. They are one game away from elimination in the Western Conference semifinal matchup against the Golden State Warriors, who host the Pelicans in Game 5 Tuesday night, May 8, at Oracle Arena. Regardless, when the epitaph is finally written on this Pelicans campaign, it will be known as the season of redemption for Dell Demps. After years of false starts, injuries and self-inflicted missteps, the Pelicans have finally blossomed in year 8 of his tenure. Demps' plan to build a contender around superstar Anthony Davis has finally come together. For the first time in a long time, the Pelicans' future is bright. Jrue Holiday's emergence this season as one of the league's best two-way players has validated the controversial draft night trade Demps made 5 years ago to acquire the veteran guard. The deal looks better for Demps and the Pelicans with each passing day. Likewise, the blockbuster 2017 trade for DeMarcus Cousins has proven to be equally lopsided. The Pelicans landed the All-Star center for essentially Buddy Hield and a couple of draft picks. But this season, Demps has spun straw into gold at seemingly every turn. He hasn't nailed every move. Nobody does. But the big ones, the important ones, have all been successful. It started last summer when he signed Rajon Rondo to an affordable one-year, $3.3 million deal. New Orleans Saints and Pelicans owner Gayle Benson talks with Pelicans general manager Dell Demps as the team practices at the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans on Thursday, May 3, 2018. The Pelicans will take on the Golden State Warriors in Game 3 Friday in New Orleans. Photo by Brett Duke, NOLA.com, The Times-Picayune. Jeff Duncan. A few weeks later, he signed role-playing wings Darius Miller and E. Clark to relatively cheap deals. For about $7 million, Demps added a veteran point guard and 2 rotational perimeter sharpshooters to a roster that already included Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, Jrue Holiday and E'Twaun Moore. Many people, including yours truly, were dubious when the Pelicans signed Rondo. The presumption was that the enigmatic 32-year-old would be nothing more than a role player, especially after his lackluster tenure in Chicago. Rondo, instead, has been a revelation. He has started 63 games and become the veteran leader this team has so desperately needed at the point and in the locker room. He's the heart, soul and conscience of the Pelicans. And in the postseason, he's transformed into playoff Rondo, nearly averaging a triple-double, 10.8 points, 8.2 rebounds and a league-leading 12.9 assists per game. Not bad for the 49th highest-paid point guard in the league. Then, in the biggest move of all, he saved the Pelicans' season by trading for Nikola Mirotic. The importance of the Mirotic trade can't be understated. In the wake of Cousins' season-ending injury, the Pelicans were desperate. They had lost 2 consecutive games, including one at home to the lowly Sacramento Kings. On the brink of missing the playoffs for the 6th time in 7 years, Demps knew he needed to act and act fast. With the season and perhaps his job on the line, Demps pulled a rabbit out of his hat, a 6'10" Montenegrin rabbit with a deadly outside shot. The threat of Mirotic's perimeter shot helped space the floor for teammates and his scoring, rebounding and defense eased the nightly burden on Davis. Moreover, Demps was also able to jettison Omer Osik, Tony Allen and Jameer Nelson, 3 overripe veterans who are nothing more than extraneous parts in Gentry's system. Once cash-trapped, the Pelicans were suddenly $1.6 million below the luxury tax and $2.2 million under the hard cap. In one fell swoop, the Pelicans were younger, more versatile and better suited to run the pace and space system Gentry came to New Orleans to run. That the club's salary cap situation also improved was Lagniappe. The deal energized the roster and sent a no white flags message to Pelicans fans and the rest of the NBA that the Pels were not surrendering the season. After an initial feeling-out period, the Pelicans won 20 of their final 28 regular season games and rolled into the playoffs as the No. 6 seed in the Western Conference, their best finish in a decade. Along the way, they compiled winning streaks of 10, 9 and 4 games. 65 games with Cousins, their longest winning streak was 4 games. Demps effectively saved the Pelicans' season. Without Mirotich's late-season surge, the Pelicans don't make the playoffs, much less sweep Portland. The Pelicans' playoff run energized the city. It made New Orleanians care about basketball again. And it saved Gentry's job and likely Demps' job, too. Demps' future remains uncertain. But at this point, it would be a surprise if he were not retained by Pelicans owner Dale Benson and Director of Operations Mickey Loomis. Regardless of what happens the rest of the way, the Pelicans' 2017-2018 season was a surprising success, a year of highs and lows, with historic performances and breakout nights. But mostly, it has been a season of redemption for Dell Demps.